They say happiness is something you find at the end of success, in someone's arms, or after life finally works out. But the Stoics knew the truth. Happiness isn't found, it's forged. It's not a hidden treasure. It's the steel you forge in the fire of everyday life. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." And that truth is where our journey begins. We live in an age where people scroll endlessly, hunting for a perfect image, a perfect moment, a perfect life. Over 2,000 years ago, the Stoics understood joy doesn't arrive by accident. It's built through choices, mindset, and the discipline to focus on what you can control. Marcus Aurelius, the most powerful man of his time, didn't waste energy trying to make the empire happy. He focused on mastering his own mind. This wasn't fake positivity, it was radical responsibility. Your happiness isn't about what happens to you. It's about how you respond. Maybe you're facing stress at work, a relationship in turmoil, financial worries, or health concerns. The Stoics faced the same storms, wars, loss, betrayal, and still found peace. Not because life was easy, but because they trained their minds to choose clarity over chaos. The first 30 minutes after you wake can set the tone for the day. Most people start with news, social media, and other people's problems. Marcus Aurelius began each day reminding himself, "The people I deal with today will be meddling, ungrateful, arrogant, dishonest, jealous, and surly, but they are my kin." This wasn't pessimism, it was preparation, expecting challenges. Remove disappointment and replaced it with patience. 2 mornings in the first, you rush, check your phone, and think of everything that could go wrong. In the second, you take a few minutes to breathe, set intentions, and remember you have the strength to meet whatever comes. Which one faces the day better? Simple Stoic morning practice. 1. Acknowledge challenges will come. 2. Affirm your ability to handle them with composure. 3. Focus on what you can control. Attitude, effort, response. Epictetus said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." Starting the day with intention activates the brain's decision-making center, helping you stay calm and resilient. Tomorrow morning, before looking at your phone, ask, what can I be grateful for right now? What one action will move my life forward? How do I want to show up in the world? Am I mastering your morning mind? You stop waiting for a good day. You create one, Seneca wrote. Every new beginning comes from some other beginning's end. Each morning is your chance to end yesterday's worries and begin today with strength. The Stoics didn't hope for a perfect day, they prepared. For a meaningful one, happiness isn't fragile. It's a choice made before the world has any say. Transform pain into purpose, the alchemy of difficult moments. Your deepest growth rarely comes from easy days. The Stoics knew that happiness is not born in comfort, but in the way we face hardship. Epictetus, once a slave, said, "Don't explain your philosophy, embody it." He understood pain firsthand, disability, rejection, loss, yet he turned those trials into the raw material for strength. Maybe you're facing a broken relationship, a job loss, health struggles, or financial pressure. The instinct is to wish it away. But the Stoic approach asks, how can this serve my growth? Pain is real, loss cuts deep. But pain is not the same as suffering. Suffering comes when we believe difficulty must destroy our happiness. The shift begins when you ask, what is this teaching me about my strength? What new abilities is it revealing? Who am I becoming?
Through this, people we admire most are not those who lived without struggle, but those who transformed struggle into wisdom.
Viktor Frankl, survivor of the Nazi camps, wrote, "The last of human freedoms is to choose one's attitude in any given set of circumstances." In unimaginable darkness, he found meaning by deciding how to respond. The Stoic alchemy process. 1. Accept reality without judgment. This is what's happening. 2. Separate what you can control from what you can't. 3. Ask how. Can I grow stronger, wiser, more compassionate through this? Example, Losing a job can crush identity, but it can also reveal neglected skills, spark a career shift, or lead to work aligned with your values. The situation doesn't have to define you, your response does. Each time you turn hardship into growth, you create proof that you can endure. You stop seeing obstacles as threats and start seeing them as training. Seneca called this the discipline of desire, learning to want what happens, not just what you wished would happen. This doesn't mean seeking pain, but it does mean refusing to fear it. When you no longer see challenges as happiness killers, you become antifragile, stronger under pressure. Starting today, replace "why is this happening to me" with "how is this happening for me?" Change "this is terrible too, this is difficult, and I am capable." These shifts rewire your relationship with adversity. You're not here to avoid the storm. You're here to become the kind of person who can stand in it and still find peace. Release the need to control everything. Freedom and letting go most stress and frustration comes from trying to control what was never yours to command other people's opinions. The future, the past, even the weather, the Stoics called this the dichotomy of control. Epictetus said, "Some things are in our control, others not." Within our control, our opinions, actions, desires, and responses. Outside our control, other people's behavior, outcomes, circumstances. We spend most of our energy fighting the second category. Marcus Aurelius, who commanded armies and ruled an empire, wrote, "Confine yourself to the present." Even the most powerful man couldn't control tomorrow or undo yesterday, only the present moment and his own mind.
Picture this here.
Stuck in traffic before an important meeting? The old reaction is stress, anger, impatience. The Stoic reaction: accepts what you cannot change, focus on what you can, breathe deeply. Listen to an audiobook, adjust expectations. This is not giving up, it's reclaiming your power. When you stop trying to control people, relationships improve. Instead of demanding that partners, friends, or coworkers act exactly as you wish, you allow them to be themselves. Tao wrote, "The end of your need to manage everything is the beginning of your peace." Letting go opens space for real connection. True control is not about bending life to your will. It's about showing up fully where you have influence, your effort, your integrity, your attitude, and releasing the rest. This creates a profound sense of freedom. Practical Stoic pivot. Throughout your day, notice when you're upset, because reality doesn't match your preferences. Ask, is this within my control? If not, shift attention to what you can influence. You can't control if someone hires you, but you can control your preparation. You can't control if someone likes you, but you can control your authenticity. By mastering this principle, you become more effective. All your energy fuels what you can actually change, and peace replaces frustration. Let go of the illusion of control, and you will find the strength that was there all along. Practice grateful perspective, the daily medicine for a happy heart. You already have access to more joy than you realize. The Stoics taught that gratitude is not a casual feeling, but a disciplined way of seeing life. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "When you arise in the morning, think of what a precious privilege it is to be alive, to breathe, to think, to enjoy, to love." Gratitude for the Stoics was unconditional. It was not reserved for perfect days, it was the foundation for facing imperfect ones. They also practiced negative visualization, imagining the loss of what you value most, not to cause sadness, but to deepen appreciation. Seneca advised, "He who has learned to feel loss has learned to guard his blessings." Think of your relationships. You may see or speak to loved ones every day, perhaps taking them for granted. Now imagine they are gone. The ache you feel is gratitude revealing itself, reminding you of the value that was always there. True Stoic gratitude extends even to difficulty. Epictetus taught that every event is an opportunity for growth. A setback at work can make you grateful for your resilience. A health scare can spark appreciation for the body that is carried. A strained relationship, can reveal your capacity to love even when love is tested. A simple evening practice. Before bed, name 3 things you're grateful for. 1 large, 1 medium, 1 small. Don't just list them, feel them. Imagine your life without each. Let that awareness move from thought to emotion. Gratitude rewires your mind. Neuroscience confirms it makes you more likely to notice the positive and less likely to be consumed by negativity. Cicero called gratitude the parent of all virtues. When practiced daily, it becomes the soil from which courage, wisdom, and compassion grow. The Stoics lived through hardship, yet still found beauty, abundance, and reasons to give thanks. You can do the same, starting now in this imperfect, extraordinary life you already have. Build unshakable inner worth. A foundation no storm can destroy. Your worth has nothing to do with achievements, wealth, appearance, relationship status, or the opinions of others. This truth defies modern culture, but holds the key to lasting peace. Most people build self-worth on shifting sand. They feel valuable when praised and worthless when criticized. Their confidence rises with success and collapses with failure. The Stoics rejected this fragile model. Epictetus said, "Wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants. A true wealth and true worth come from inner stability, not external approval." Marcus Aurelius, who had unimaginable power and riches, reminded himself, "Very little is needed to make a happy life. It is all within yourself, in your way of thinking. Your value is rooted in character, effort, and integrity, not in outcomes." When worth is internal, relationships change. You stop needing constant validation, which allows you to love more freely. You stop taking others' moods personally, replacing defensiveness with compassion. You stop trying to prove your value and start adding value. Failure also changes meaning. When worth isn't tied to perfect performance, failure becomes feedback, not identity crisis. You take risks, learn, and grow without fear of being less. Practical application. Spend time reflecting on core values, not just achievements. Ask, what kind of person do I want to be, regardless of results? How do I want to treat others regardless of how they treat me? What principles will I uphold even if they cost me? Seneca warned, "Every man is in bondage to fear who depends on fortune." When happiness depends on external conditions, you're at the mercy of the unpredictable. When it rests on integrity, courage, and growth, you are truly free. The Stoics built their happiness on bedrock, a foundation no storm could shake. When you stop chasing worth in the eyes of others, you discover a deeper freedom. You don't need their approval. Paradoxically, that's when respect often follows. Happiness is not an accident. It's built daily. Happiness doesn't just happen. It is the result of choices, perspectives, and the strength you build inside. The Stoics knew this over 2,000 years ago, and their wisdom still holds. Today, Marcus Aurelius advised, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." Realize this, and you will find strength. True happiness comes when you master your reactions, not when life becomes perfect. The 5 Stoic principles we've explored are not lofty ideas, they are practical tools. When you master your morning mind, you set the emotional tone for the day. When you transform pain into purpose, you turn hardship into fuel for growth. When you release the need to control everything, you free yourself from frustration. When you practice grateful perspective, you see abundance where others see lack. When you build unshakable inner worth, you create a foundation that no setback can break. Knowledge without action is just entertainment. Choose one principle to practice for the next 7 days. Notice how it changes your mood, your relationships, and your peace of mind, Seneca wrote. It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste much of it. The Stoics didn't create these practices because life was easy. They created them because life was hard. They refused to let hardship steal their happiness, and so can you. Every day, you have the power to choose strength over despair, clarity over chaos, and gratitude over complaint. Your happiness is not in the hands of the world, it's in yours. Live the philosophy. Turn knowledge into action. The Stoics believed wisdom is worthless without practice. Philosophy to them was not just words, it was a way of living. Epictetus warned, "Don't explain your philosophy. Embody it." The value of these principles is proven only when they shape how you think, speak, and act. It's easy to agree with the Stoics when life is calm. The real test comes in the storm, when someone offends you, when plans collapse, when fear whispers that you are not enough. In those moments, your training matters. Marcus Aurelius faced wars, political betrayal, and personal loss, yet wrote daily reminders to himself: stay just, stay patient, stay in control of your mind. He didn't wait for ideal conditions. He practiced in reality, with all its imperfections. Applying Stoicism daily, morning, set intentions, and prepare for challenges. During challenges, pause, separate what's in your control, and choose the wiser response. Evening, reflect on the day without judgment, noting where you acted with integrity and where you can improve. Example, a coworker criticizes you unfairly. The untrained mind reacts with anger or defensiveness. The Stoic mind asks, can I control their opinion? No. Can I control my response? Yes. By choosing calm, you protect your peace and dignity. Seneca wrote, we suffer more often in imagination than in reality. Most of our stress comes from rehearsing worst-case scenarios. Stoic practice shifts focus from imagined fears to present action. Each time you choose a Stoic response, you strengthen your mental armor. Over time, this becomes your nature, steady, composed, and free from the control of external chaos. The Stoics left us more than philosophy. They left us a roadmap for living with courage, wisdom, and peace, no matter the circumstances. Choosing happiness through inner strength, the Stoics taught that happiness is not granted by the world, it is created by the mind. Marcus Aurelius wrote, the happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. This is not poetic philosophy, it's a daily discipline. When you train your mind to master mornings, to turn pain into purpose, to release the need to control everything, to practice gratitude, and to build unshakable inner worth, you remove the power of circumstances to dictate your peace. Life will bring setbacks, losses, and unexpected turns. The Stoics didn't pretend otherwise. Epictetus said, it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. That single shift from victim of events to master of your response changes everything. Example, a planned opportunity falls through. Most people dwell on the loss, replaying what-if scenarios. The Stoic instead asks, what can I do now? How can this serve my growth? Action replaces rumination. Progress replaces paralysis. Seneca reminded us, luck is what happens when preparation meets opportunity. By practicing these principles, you stay ready for life's turning points. You meet them with clarity instead of fear. This is not about ignoring pain, but about refusing to hand it the keys to your happiness. Each choice to apply Stoic wisdom, no matter how small, is a brick in the fortress of your inner life. You have the power, today and every day, to choose thoughts that strengthen rather than weaken you. Happiness is not a gift from the outside. It is the result of how you decide to live from the inside. Applying Stoic wisdom from words to life, the value of Stoicism is proven only in practice. Epictetus said, if you want to improve, be content to be thought foolish and stupid. True change requires courage, the courage to act differently. From the crowd, reading about Stoicism is easy. It means pausing when insulted, choosing calm when provoked, and holding to your values when temptation offers an easier path. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself daily to be tolerant with others and strict with yourself. Example, you prepare thoroughly for a meeting, but the outcome is not in your favor. A reactive mind blames others or loses motivation. The Stoic mind focuses on what was controllable: preparation, presence, integrity, and lets go of the rest. Seneca taught that fortune's changes should not shake a disciplined soul. When you commit to Stoic practice, you build resilience that stands firm, whether life lifts you up or knocks you down. Daily Stoic application. Begin with a morning reflection to set intentions. During the day, check in with yourself when emotions rise. End with an evening review. Where did I act with wisdom? Where can I improve tomorrow? The goal is not perfection, but progress. Each deliberate choice for reason over impulse strengthens your inner fortress. Over time, this becomes who you are: calm under pressure, clear in purpose, steady in the face of change. Stoicism is not a philosophy to be admired from afar. It is a way to live, one choice at a time. The power to choose your happiness, your responsibility. The Stoics taught that while we cannot control the world, we can always control ourselves. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." Realize this, and you will find strength. This single truth is the cornerstone of a peaceful, resilient life. Life will bring events you never wished for: loss, disappointment, betrayal. Epictetus reminded his students that it is not the events themselves, but our judgments about them, that disturb us. By changing how we see, we change how we feel. Example: a trusted friend lets you down. The untrained mind relives the hurt, fueling anger or sadness. The Stoic mind accepts the reality, asks what is within control, and chooses a response that reflects character, not impulse. Seneca wrote, "No man is more unhappy than he who never faces adversity, for he is not permitted to prove himself." Challenges are not interruptions to life, they are life's training ground. Daily Stoic commitment. In the morning, prepare for challenges by accepting they will come. In the moment, pause and separate what's in your power from what's not. In the evening, review how you responded, not to criticize, but to learn. Happiness built on control over external events is fragile. Happiness built on control over your own mind is unshakable. Every day offers the choice: react as the world pulls you, or act from the principles you choose. The Stoics left us a timeless gift, the reminder that no matter what happens, your mind is yours. Guard it. Well, choose happiness every day, the Stoic way. Happiness is not given by luck or circumstance. It is built by choice. Marcus Aurelius said, "Very little is needed to make a happy life. It is all within yourself, in your way of thinking." The Stoics knew life would test them with hardship, loss, and uncertainty. Epictetus reminded his students, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." When you train your mind, no event can steal your peace without your permission. Example: a dream project fails. Most dwell on the loss, but the Stoic asks, "What can I do now? How can this strengthen me?" Action replaces despair, and the setback becomes part of the path forward. Seneca wrote, "We suffer more in imagination than in reality." Much of our pain is born from the stories we tell ourselves. By focusing on what is real and within our control, we free ourselves from needless suffering. Asterisk. Asterisk. The 5 principles. Recap. Asterisk, asterisk 1. Master your morning mind, to transform pain into purpose. 3. Release the need to control everything. 4. Practice grateful perspective. 5. Build unshakable inner worth. Knowledge alone changes nothing. The Stoics applied these principles daily, in the marketplace, in the home, in the battlefield. You can do the same, starting now. You have the power to choose clarity over confusion, strength over weakness, and peace over chaos. Your happiness is not at the mercy of the world. It is in your hands.